Hello, folks, and welcome. I'm going to go through Christmas and see how we're doing with that. I'm going to launch the what we're going to do for the launch event this weekend. Only a couple of days to go, so I'm going to go through all the kind of hopefully some of the questions you have, the information that you need, and we'll go through that. I'm going to try and make it as quick as I can, but still get through everything. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen. Here we go. Excellent. So, we have our Christmas songs, our Christmas project. So, to start off, our two main songs are In the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. In the Bleak Midwinter, we shorten to ITBM, not ICBM, that is different. By the way, if you get bangs in the background, it is bonfire night after all, so there's fireworks going off. Silent Night is shortened to SN. Now, we would like all collective singers to take part in at least one of these songs, if not both. Okay, so again, we'd like you to take part in one. Hopefully, you'll want to do both of them. There, again, only collective singers will be doing Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. Those songs are not open for non-collective singers to take part in. So, the choice of these two songs, the idea of these songs is to give a good balance of a cappella and a guide track song, different kind of feel to them, and again, that they can also be learnt and submitted in the time period. We're quite not short of time, but we don't have 6-7 weeks for one song. We've got kind of 5 weeks at most to actually do 5. Okay, so obviously the choice of song is songs that we really like, songs that I really like, songs that I've arranged, but also ones that were doable in the time period. Now, we're going to be running all sessions for these two songs will be only run as all parts sessions. There is no sectional only sessions, and I'll explain what's going on then. The varied vocal ranges of these songs, the 3 joint songs we're doing, all have different voice ranges. So Silent Night, a different voice range and different part number to In the Bleak Midwinter, which is different than O Manual Mysterium, which is different than Happy Christmas War Is Over, which is different than the Christmas song. So all 5 songs would have needed separate voice parts. In a team, and just the logistics in a team just wouldn't have been possible. So all rehearsals are going to be all parts for all of the songs actually, but especially for In the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. There will, however, be breakout rooms in these. So a little bit like the putting it together sessions that we ran, you will all go to the beginning part of a session. Now, it could be that you go in, you do a warm-up, you have a general run through. It could be that everybody is in together for the entire session if the session leader feels that is appropriate. But the idea is there could be breakout rooms where you go off and do some voice part. Well, you go do some voice part specific stuff in a breakout room. You could have an unmuted room. It might be a performance room. It could be later on in the songs, could be like a specific vocal support room. If you're trying to kind of either you need a little bit of support or you've not managed to make as many sessions, or you need a little bit of kind of almost like a, not quite one-to-one, but kind of small group work. That is kind of how we're going to run through. So everybody goes into the session. Okay, everyone goes into a session up to 100 people, and then when you're in that session, then there's the ability after the warm-up and the other bits and bobs that go on at the beginning and the end of a session, the middle part of that will often be breakout rooms, which is kind of where we're going with this. Now, the breakout rooms will be planned by music team leaders beforehand. Now, because we don't have sections, we no longer have section leaders. We're calling our leaders now music team leaders. And actually their job is quite facilitative. They've got to basically facilitate, organise, chat with the rest of the music team. And one of the things they'll be doing is looking at what we need in the breakout rooms for that session at that time. So they might say, right, well, we're early on in the song, so we don't need it unmuted yet. We really need to focus on... Oh, sorry, I'm yawning lots. Not because you're boring, obviously. They might think, okay, well, we're early on in the song. We want to focus on kind of notes and breaths and words stuff. So we'll go into sectional breakout rooms and work on parts. So there'll be, for example, for In the Bleak Midwinter, there'll be an alto room, which is the tune. There'll be a soprano room, and there'll be a tenor room. And that might be what you do for the majority part of the session. Music team leaders, however, will be reactive to who attends those sessions. So if we get a session and lots of people have already been to quite a few sessions, and there's actually, for example, a core group who are maybe ready to go on to something apart from notes, breaths and words, they can be took in a breakout room with a member of the music team who'll be in there. So we're going to have multiple members of the music team in these sessions. Up to about 5, or I think up to about 5 or 6. Sometimes it might just be 1, but potentially up to about 5 or 6. And then a member of the music team could potentially take in those people who are ready to maybe do a performance session. Or a muted session, or any kind of session. Okay, so there is going to be proactive work. So the music team leaders will be discussing with myself of what singers need, but also then there's going to be the reactive nature of if you turn up to a session and there's enough people who want a certain type of thing in a breakout room, we'll obviously then be looking at doing that in that session. So it can be quite reactive and box clever. Now, because of the 5 songs, because of the time, there will not be any feedback for any of the Christmas songs. Okay, we love doing feedback. We know how much it gives to you when you're doing one song, but there is just not the ability to do it for this. So yeah, no feedback, folks. No feedback for Christmas songs. Obviously in the new year, because we're assuming we'll be doing something in the new year in January. You heard it here first. Well, you heard it here second because I said it last night in a social event. But nonetheless, you've still heard it relatively early on. There isn't going to be any feedback. We would love to feedback will be back for any other songs that we do, but there just isn't the ability to turn around this because we're trying to run 5 songs, because we're trying to do joint songs, because we're kind of doing something a little bit different. There just isn't the ability for feedback. But again, the songs that we've chosen, I think, lend themselves to be able to be learned without having to have feedback, especially in the bleak midwinter. Now, Silent Night. Silent Night is trickier than in the bleak midwinter, but it is quite short. If we were singing it live, then we would need to ensure that you were all able to hold your part against the others, because there's quite a few kind of clashy parts. But because you're going to be singing to the guide tracks, where your part is going to be nice and loud when you record, this should be less of a problem. So actually, it's easier to do a tricky song while listening to your guide track in a headphone in your ear than it would be necessarily to sing that song next to someone singing a part where they're singing a semitone away from your note, if you see what I mean. So that actually means that I think Silent Night should be okay. And again, it's quite short. So although there's some tricky tuning in it, there's some kind of interesting kind of chords and things, it's short. Now, the English version is what we're going to teach in these sessions. So the kind of main sessions, it will be running through the English version and the harmony parts in the English version. So the tune as well, but obviously the harmony parts. We're also going to be running through the notes to an oo as well. So instead of Silent Night, we're going to go ooh, like that. So you need to be able to do the words, and then you need to submit a separate recording with you just doing your part, but to an oo. Okay, and we'll rehearse this we'll practice this in rehearsals. Now, that brings us to our different languages in Silent Night. We are doing Silent Night in different languages. These different languages will need to be taught by native speakers of those languages. Now, so far, we have had offers for somebody to teach us how to sing it in Irish, to teach us the pronunciation in Irish, in Welsh, in Spanish, in Finnish, in Dutch, in German, which is amazing. But if you'd like to run a session to teach people the first verse, and that's the only one we're doing in those in the different languages, the first verse in your own language, do let us know. Now, these sessions will be run by those native speakers. So if you are, for example, the person who potentially might have offered to teach someone the Welsh version of this and how to sing it in Welsh, to sing the tune in Welsh, those people would be running that session. But there would be a music team there to open the room. So it would be a music team room. They'd open the room, obviously run the tech side of things, make sure the session gets recorded, things like that. But again, you as a native speaker of that language are the perfect person to teach other people the pronunciation and how to sing it. Now, you can attend, folks, as many of these different language sessions as you like, but they are not compulsory. If you have time to learn lots and lots of different languages in Silent Night in lots of different languages, brilliant. But if you can only manage just the English, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so these rehearsals will be separate. Only one session will be going on each language. Okay, that's not English. That's obviously the learning the parts and the harmonies. But actually, for these, so for example, the Dutch session, there'll be one session to learn it in Dutch. If you can make that time, brilliant. If not, it'll be recorded so you can catch up after the fact. Okay. So we're only just singing the first verse melody, which means you can sing it an octave down if you can't sing the soprano part, which is quite high, but you can sing it an octave down in the different languages, and we'll put these recordings then over the top of the OO recordings people submit. So we'll end up getting the tune in different languages over the top of the harmonies of the OO, and then we'll basically do it that way. Now, if we obviously with those verses, with those different languages, we may well end up picking like half a verse. So half of the verse in Dutch, half a verse in German, half in Irish, half in Welsh. It could even be that we do a quarter of the verse or a line, but we will have a look at that, because obviously what we don't want is Silent Night being 17 minutes long with all these different versions. But again, we also want the work you do in learning to sing it in that different language to be obviously on the track. So I'd imagine probably half a verse, but it might not be that you get the entire verse in, but we'll have a look at that. So next, one of the things I really want to do is to work with the other groups who are on the show. Okay, that's something I really want to do. We have Tuxedo Junction, the men's barbershop chorus in the UK, the Knighton Community Choir, we have Lux A Cappella, and we have the Collective Youth Chorus, all as groups, and they are learning some of the same songs as we are. So the joint songs of O Manuum Mysterium, Happy Christmas War Is Over, and the Christmas song, they are learning those songs, or at least the sum of those songs they are learning as well. So I want to have joint rehearsals. I want collective singers to be able to attend these rehearsals with these groups, to attend their normal rehearsals at a time. And these groups, Tuxedo Junction, Knighton Community Choir, Lux A Cappella, and Collective Youth Chorus, are going to be opening up their rehearsal, part of their rehearsal, so that you can attend, so you can learn these songs like you would in a real concert, as an actual joint song. Meet some of these people, sing with some of these people, and again get to know them, and those groups are going to be kind of running that. So certainly Collective Youth Chorus, I've already told them that they're going to be like delivering the session. It won't necessarily be me, it'll be members of the youth chorus will be teaching the different parts and going through that in breakout rooms, and yeah, which is going to be cool. Obviously, as I said there are joint songs. O Manuum Mysterium is OMM. The Christmas song, that's Chestnuts Roasting on Open Fire, if you don't know, that's TCS. And Happy Christmas War Is Over is HXWIO. Obviously, the shortening is important because a lot of the documentation after today, I certainly am not going to keep on typing Happy Christmas brackets War Is Over close brackets. I'm just going to shorten those things. So be aware of the shortened forms. And Happy Christmas War Is Over is our big finale song. So I really want you all to learn some parts for Happy Christmas War Is Over. That'll be fab. So next, Thursday, this is some dates for your diaries. Okay, Thursday the 12th of November from 8:30 till 9:30, Knighton Community Choir will be opening part of their rehearsal and going through Happy Christmas War Is Over. So any of you collective singers and anyone in any of those other groups can attend at that time to start learning that song. On Monday the 16th of November, Tuxedo Junction will be working on O Manuum Mysterium, again from 8:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. So if you want to be learning that song, if you want to be turning up to part of a rehearsal, we're going to have an hour there where you can learn that with Tuxedo Junction, who are also on the show. Collective Youth Chorus, Sunday the 22nd of November from 7 till 8. They're going to be working on the Christmas song, and they're looking forward to taking you through your paces with that. Thursday the 26th of November, Knighton Community Choir again opens their doors for you to be going through and spending some time on Happy Christmas War Is Over. Interesting information is Happy Christmas War Is Over is originally a community choir song. I arranged it for them a couple of years ago for a concert we did here in Leicester a couple of years ago called Christmas Vocal Explosion. So it's kind of like their song. Collective Youth Chorus, the Christmas song was originally arranged for a girls quartet, 3 of which are in the Collective Youth Chorus called Neapolitan, current Labs Youth Quartet champions. And O Manuum Mysterium wasn't arranged for Tuxedo Junction, but they had heard it before and they did want to sing it last time they heard it being done in a concert. So that's why I've given these songs, and that's why we're working on those songs with these groups. 30th of November, Tuxedo Junction work on O Manuum Mysterium again 8:30 till 9:30. And that's not all. Sunday, the 6th of December from 4 till 5, Lux Acapella will be going through the Christmas song and Happy Christmas War is Over. On the 10th of September, now these are the important ones, because we don't have, we've got a lot of video editing. We don't have the ability to have multiple video parts for these songs. So for the 3 kind of songs there. So Night and Community Choir on the 8:30 till 9. Sorry, that should be 9:30. 8:30 till 9:30 on Thursday, the 10th of December. That will be a video. So we will actually be doing a video there with up to 100 people, because I can scroll between my 49s. And that will be what basically constitutes the main part of the video. We may well fit an additional kind of video session in, but there won't be loads and loads and loads of video sessions. So it'll either be, if you can attend one of those sessions, brilliant. If you can't, there is not the ability to edit and to actually have that many sessions running so that it fits in with everybody's time schedules. We'd love to be able to do that, but again, the most important thing is that your voices are on those tracks, and obviously then we'll be running the videos as almost like a video through a Zoom session. Use the video that's there. We might well do a couple more, but we probably won't be doing more than 2 or 3 video sessions at very most for any of these joint songs. So the Christmas song with the Collective Youth Chorus 7 till 8 on the 13th of December, and then the 14th of December, the video for O Manuum Mysterium. So we'll have a little rehearse, but then we'll actually be filming Zoom to get our video for the show, which is only about a week or so after that date. Okay, so that's our joint rehearsals, which I'm really looking forward to. Now, here is our launch event timetable. Our launch event is this Saturday and Sunday, so only a couple of days away, folks. We start off at 10 o'clock on Saturday. Now, don't worry if you're in America or Canada. We've got different timings. So there is launch events for each of the songs that should hopefully suit your time schedule. But all of these will be recorded. And rather than a normal session, these won't be breakout rooms. There will be a launch. So it'll be a launch event. Some of these I'm taking, some of the other members of the other music team leaders are taking, but they should be really kind of fun launch events. We kind of go through the materials, go through the song. I'll kind of talk you through kind of the points to be looking at. We'll kind of talk through the score, and we'll get a chance to kind of have an initial kind of sing through and those kind of things. So the launch event, 10 a.m. for In the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. I imagine that session probably will be 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours. But again, you're going to get a really good kind of potted tour of both of those songs to really give you a good springboard to get learning. Saturday at 2 p.m. O Manuum Mysterium. There'll be a launch event for O Manuum Mysterium. And again, these will all be recorded, so you can be watching these back as like a really good kind of rehearsal to really get your mind into what you need to be doing. Saturday at 5 p.m, the Christmas song will be launched. Okay. Then Saturday at 9 p.m, there will be a repeat. It'll be slightly different, but again, it's still basically the launch event, same launch event for In the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. The only difference is when we get after that launch, so probably at about 10:30, which I know is a little bit late for some of us in the UK, but that will be a social event. So we'll do a session, and then we're going to have a little social event for those of you who fancy a little bit of socialising on Saturday. That's what we're going to do. Now, O Manuum Mysterium, there is a launch for that on Sunday at 1 a.m. So there's a launch for O Manuum Mysterium, Sunday, 1 a.m. That's UK time. So for you in America, that's kind of more your evening time, which we're aware suits you a little bit better. Sunday at 2 p.m, we've got In the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. So we try to give morning, afternoon and evening for those songs. For launch events. Now, there is only one launch event for Happy Christmas War is Over, and that's Sunday at 8 o'clock. And again, if you can't make these, the recordings will be recorded and all the resources from those will be released. But obviously, we'd love to see you this weekend at these events. And finally, the Christmas song will be 11 o'clock on Sunday. The launch event. So again, if we look there, there's an O Manuum Mysterium in the afternoon on Saturday, early in the morning on the Sunday for the kind of you Americans and Canadians. We've got 3 different timings: morning, evening, and afternoon for In the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night. And we've got a nice late 11 p.m. for the Christmas song, and also a 5 p.m, which hopefully we're hopeful should suit as many of you as possible. And if you can't make any of those dates, they will all be recorded and they'll be put out in the folders and on YouTube so you can catch up. Now, what will the sessions and timetable look like? Now, we're going to run in the bleak midwinter. We're not going to run all songs simultaneously exactly. So we're going to run in the bleak midwinter from the 9th of November until the 29th of November. So only 3 weeks. So 3 weeks, there's no kind of gaps, there's no phases. It's just do the song, okay, from week 1 to week 3. And I've numbered it in weeks, by the way, because we've got like 5 weeks to get this all done. So in the bleak midwinter, we'll run from the 9th to the 29th of November. Silent Night won't start until the 16th of November. That's so we can have a really good start on In the Bleak Midwinter. Okay, so hopefully by the time we reach week 3 of In the Bleak Midwinter, it will be putting recordings and getting kind of ready to do recordings so that then we can focus on Silent Night. Silent Night will start on the 16th of November until the 6th of December. Okay, that's week 2 to week 4. Happy Christmas War is over. Apart from the launch event and some other little bits and bobs, in collective ones, we will be basically, when we come to almost the end of In the Bleak Midwinter, we get to week 3, we'll be putting some rehearsals on for Happy Christmas War is over from the 23rd of November until the 13th of December. O Manual Mysterium and the Christmas Song will run across that whole time period, but their sessions will be less often. Obviously, we want to focus on the Bleak Midwinter and Silent Night, then Happy Christmas War is over, the joint rehearsals for O Manual Mysterium and the Christmas Song, and a few extras, and we will be there, folks. Now, what do you need to do? So, you need to make sure you access the learning materials through the app. Okay, the app has got them in learning materials, and I'm creating learning materials, additional learning materials pretty much constantly at the moment. And night times I'm kind of staying up and just making sure I'm doing all the stuff I can with conductor videos and guide track videos, redoing scores, redoing guide tracks, doing all sorts of stuff to make sure that all those learning resources are really useful for you all, so it can help you speed up your learning process. Now, there'll be recording sessions going in there. There'll be folded in. There'll be annotated scores, video tracks, conductor tracks. So, yeah, print your music out. But again, don't just think once you've printed your music out and downloaded one guide track, there may well be updated things. So keep checking those folders every few days for information resources. As sessions happen that are recorded, they will be put in those song folders, so you'll be able to, if you miss a session, you'll be able to watch some of those sessions back. And some of you I know find that really useful if your timetables are a little bit difficult and you can't make as many rehearsals. So obviously attend as many rehearsals as you like. If you can't make many or even any rehearsals, doesn't mean you can't take part in the songs. You just need to watch the recordings afterwards. Recordings are not guaranteed for every single session, but we will do them as much as we can because we know how useful people find them. Deadlines. Now, deadlines in this, they are final. Okay, and because of the time constraints we have. In the Bleak Midwinter, the final deadline, actually final this time. There will be no forgetting to turn the forms off or anything because we're on a really tight deadline to actually get the show ready for the 23rd of December. In the Bleak Midwinter is Wednesday the 2nd of December. Silent Night, Wednesday the 9th of December. Manual Mysterium, Tuesday 15th. Christmas Song, Tuesday 15th. Happy Christmas War is over, Tuesday 15th. And Tuesday 15th is cutting it slim. That's cutting it fine to try and do things with this. The editing process, there's going to be hardly any editing that's going to be available really for probably any of these Christmas songs. Okay, any of them. If you think normally it might maybe takes a couple of months to audio and video edit a standard collective song, if you imagine here on the Tuesday the 15th, Happy Christmas War is over, that's what? That's a week. That's a week. That's a week to basically edit all the recordings. So the editing is going to be edited different. They're going to be a little bit more rough and ready. It's going to be a little bit more as you sound. But again, I'd rather do that and have lots of things to look forward to than just kind of do one song. And again, that's the decision we've made. Now, we won't be able to, therefore, folks, accept late submissions because as soon as those deadlines go, as things come in, and the sooner you can get recordings in, the better, as those recordings come in, we're going to be editing them and putting them in the final file. There's going to be very little pitch correction and stuff that we're going to be able to do, or synchronization, or any of those things. So it's really going to be make sure they're in time, start and end at the same point, and kind of go with it. And that's kind of as much as we're going to be able to do. So we can't have late submissions. So if you miss a deadline, we will be closing the upload forms on the ends of those on those days. Okay, so just to be aware. Okay, it's not, we don't leave anyone behind, but at the same point, if we keep on accepting late submissions, keep on doing that, there won't be a show because we won't be able to get everything edited in time, and then that everybody will miss out instead of possibly one or a few people who can't make that deadline. So please make sure you make the deadline, as we won't be able to extend it this time. So when will the concert be? The concert will be live streamed on YouTube on Wednesday, the 23rd of December, 7 p.m. UK time. So it's going to be streamed, and then you'll be able to watch it back, rewind it. If you can tune in live, that'd be brilliant to have like a watch party and be chatting on YouTube and stuff like that as we're watching it with a glass of something possibly alcoholic or mulled, and with mince pie or whatever. But again, that's when it's going to be streamed, and you can watch it to your heart's content over the Christmas period. It really should be an amazing night. And here is some of the things you've got to look forward to. Oh, look at the little boy opening his present. So we've got premieres, all being well. Now, this is what we're hoping. This all depends on editing and all these things, but this is what we hopefully have. Premiere of It's Not the End. Premiere of Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. Premiere of 4 new youth chorus songs. Premiere of the Tuxedo Junction open rehearsal recording of Ebb Tide, which I know quite a lot of you took part in. That will be premiered on this concert as well. We've got quartet champions from 2018 here in the UK. That's my quartet, the Locksmiths. They're on the show. The Leicester a cappella quartet, the Simple Tones. Christmas is our thing. Also my quartet. But you know, got to get your friends to help you out in these kind of events, don't you? By the time you finish this concert, you'll have definitely had enough of me. So if you haven't already, we're going to get 3 Christmas songs from the Collective Youth Chorus. We're going to get 2 Christmas songs from the Knighton Community Choir. We're going to get 2 Christmas songs from Lux a cappella. We're going to get 1 Christmas song from Tuxedo Junction. And surprises galore, folks. There are some other surprises which hopefully will happen, and I'm hopeful that we'll get that. There's a couple of things you're definitely going to get, a couple of things that I'm hoping on and waiting to hear about, but there will be some surprises on the night as well. So what else? Now, we would love you. Okay, I would love you, but we would all the whole music team and all the singers would love you to join us. Okay, it's going to be really, again, festive, fun-filled journey together. Again, it should be really, really fun. Even if kind of Christmas is not your thing, it's just a really nice way to mark the year. Now, if you've not already signed up, if you're watching this video and you've not signed up to the collective yet, and you think you'd like to kind of take part and join, it is completely free. There's no charge. All you need to do is go to www.thecollectivechoir.com, and you can sign up, get access to all the learning materials, get access to the rehearsal schedule, and you can take part. You can join in the fun. You can be festive. There's no strings attached. We're just here to help people, get you singing and enjoying ourselves at the end of a pretty tricky year. So yeah, 2020 has been in many ways an awful year. Really, really awful. But out of it has come this wonderful community of worldwide singers that you all are. We're comrades, we're friends, and it's been an amazing journey so far since March. So I'm really looking forward to spending our first Christmas together, virtually. One day, who knows, we'll be spending some time together in the real world, shoulder to shoulder. But let's look forward to it. Let's look forward to singing together as we end the year, and really hoping for some brighter times ahead. Looking towards 2021, hoping that things will be a little bit calmer. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of lockdown situations. Hopefully people will be happy and healthy, wealthy and wise. So we can but hope, folks. So that is the end of my PowerPoint. So I'll just stop sharing my screen. So that is our Christmas project. It all starts this Saturday and Sunday with our... Oh, by the way, if you see smoke, it's because I've lit a joss stick. So I've lit a joss stick, which is why it's wafts. So I'm not on fire, so don't worry. I've not set myself on fire accidentally. But we are really looking forward to seeing this launch event on Saturday and Sunday. And then we start on Tuesday, I think it is. Monday. We probably start on Monday. Timetables will be coming out soon. I know that the app is going live on Thursday night, which should be this evening. So the app is going live with some of the information about the launch event tonight. So you can start looking at the information, try and start looking at the codes and things like that, and getting ready to attend. Obviously, you've already got access to all the guide tracks and things through the app. So yeah, you've got all the access you need. Really looking forward to seeing you. And yeah, should be good fun. So that's probably about half an hour I've spent introducing that to you. We cannot wait to see you in Zoom rooms. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Oh, last thing, we do have some choruses who at the moment have offered to sing and have asked if they can sing the tune of Happy Christmas, War is Over. So at the moment, and I'm going to say the names of the groups now in case I've forgotten anyone. So if you're still here at the end of this video, just hopefully I've got the groups here. So the Collective Music Team, we're doing a little section of Happy Christmas, War is Over. Gem Connection, No Borders Show Chorus, Sea Sound Singers, and possibly another Dutch chorus who might be joining them. Pitch and Mix, our friends from Pitch and Mix Chorus here in Nottingham. Tuxedo Junction, Lux A Cappella, the Knighton Community Choir, and Collective Youth Chorus. So I'll be in touch with those groups to let them know which part they're doing. If you had already sent me information about wanting to do part of the melody for Happy Christmas, War is Over, do please get in contact. I try to go through all my messages and keep track of that, but again, if I've missed you out and you wanted to do it, please contact me really quickly. If you hadn't already asked, unfortunately there isn't now time to fit any others in. We could potentially fit people if you'd already asked me, but if you hadn't already requested to be one of the solo lines of the Happy Christmas, War is Over, there isn't any more space at the moment unless you already had asked and I'd already said yes. So do get in contact if you had contacted me and you thought you were going to be in one of those solo spots. But yes, so yeah, that should be good fun as well. So there'll be more information following about that. So hopefully you're all doing well. Take care of yourselves. Looking forward to seeing you at the launch event Saturday and Sunday, only a couple of days away, and a social event on Saturday evening, after the 9 p.m. launch. And that should be fun as well. So get your dancing shoes on, get yourself a drink, and it'd be nice to end a Saturday night having done some decent singing work. So good to see you, folks. See you soon. Launch event Saturday and Sunday. The Collective, Christmas and Friends. Wednesday the 23rd of December, 7 p.m. Let's do it, folks.